Hello friends, welcome once again in the second lecture on the diazonium salt. In this lecture, we will discuss the chemical reaction or chemical properties of diazonium salt. Generally, aryl diazonium salt shows two types of reaction. The first one will be the replacement of azo group. Here, the N2 is replaced by either halogen, cyanide, OH, NH, NH2 or hydrogen as well as a nitro group so that we get the formation of halobenzene, benzonitrile, phenol, phenylhydrazine, benzene, and in addition to this there will be the formation of a nitrobenzene also. The second reaction is a coupling reaction, which is used in the dye chemistry. Here, there is a substitution of aryl hydrogen by ARN2 group. That is, aryl diazonium is going to substitute the hydrogen on the another aromatic ring. And in this coupling reaction, we will see the mechanism of general coupling reaction, and we will see the synthesis of methyl orange and Congo red. So let's begin with the replacement of azo group. The replacement of azo group in the benzene diazonium chloride leads to the formation of various compounds such as phenol, haloarenes, benzonitrile, nitrobenzene, as well as we get a benzene as a product. In this point, we will discuss a Sandmeyer and Gutterman reaction, as well as we will see the formation of various other compounds. So first of all, we will start with the Sandmeyer and Gutterman reaction. So these reactions are same, but in one reaction we have to use a copper salt, that is either cuprous or cupric salt, and in other reaction we have to use a copper powder. Now let's see here. When benzene diazonium chloride is treated with the copper salt such as cupric chloride or a cuprous chloride at 298 Kelvin, it gives a chlorobenzene. Cupric bromide or a cuprous bromide, it gives a bromobenzene, whereas with copper cyanide it gives a benzonitrile. All these reactions are called as a Sandmeyer reaction. But when this benzene diazonium chloride is treated with the copper powder and HCl, it gives chlorobenzene. And in presence of copper powder, when it is treated with the hydrogen bromide, it gives a bromobenzene. These reactions are called as a Gutterman reaction. Though the products are same, the major difference is here. We are using a copper powder and here we are using a salt. Now, when we compare the yield of the products obtained in this case and in this case, the Sandmeyer reaction always give a high yield as compared to the Gutterman reaction. Now, by using a Sandmeyer reaction, we can prepare a chlorobenzene and a bromobenzene, but iodobenzene or a fluorobenzene we cannot prepare by using Sandmeyer reaction. We will see the formation of benzene, phenol, iodobenzene, fluorobenzene, and nitrobenzene. Here, a benzene diazonium chloride, it is treated with the H2SO4 Ki or with the hydrogen fluoroborate or hypophosphorus acid. They give corresponding product. Now see the first reaction, which gives the formation of phenol here. When benzene diazonium chloride is boiled in presence of sulfuric acid, there is a replacement of this N2 group by OH and we get here phenol. Just N2Cl is removed and we have to add there a OH group. When this benzene diazonium chloride is heated with potassium iodide, we get iodobenzene. with the removal of nitrogen. And if the benzene diazonium chloride is treated with uh, hydrogen fluoroborate, that is HBF4, we get a replacement of the Cl by a BF4 group, and here a benzene diazonium fluoroborate is obtained. That fluoroborate, if it is heated, then the fluorine is going to attach here with the removal of boron trifluoride and nitrogen with the formation of fluorobenzene. Suppose this benzene diazonium fluoroborate is heated in presence of copper and sodium nitride, then here a NO2 group is going to add, and NaBF4, it is removed from this reaction along with the N2. So from this benzene diazonium fluoroborate, we can obtain a fluorobenzene or nitrobenzene by changing the reaction condition. If sodium nitrite is used and in presence of copper, then we get the nitrobenzene. Now see the reaction of benzene diazonium chloride with the hypophosphorus acid. It is the hypophosphorus acid, and when it is heated, there is a replacement of this N2Cl group by hydrogen. Here there is an attachment of hydrogen in place of N2. This is the reduction of benzene diazonium chloride, and this hypophosphorus acid is converted into the H3PO3. So it is oxidized one. And in addition to this, we can prepare a benzene from benzene diazonium chloride by reacting this benzene diazonium chloride with the alcohol under heating condition. This alcohol causes the conversion of BDC into the benzene, and here this alcohol is going to oxidize into acetaldehyde. In this way, we can prepare a benzene, phenol, iodobenzene, fluorobenzene, and nitrobenzene. In addition to this, we are going to see the reduction of benzene diazonium chloride into the phenylhydrazine. In the reduction of azo group, that is in the benzene diazonium chloride, the azo group is converted into the NHNH2 when it is treated with the sodium sulfite and water. We get a phenylhydrazine. Here this N2Cl group is not removed, but it is going to convert into the NHNH2 group, and with the formation of sodium sulfate and HCl. This is called as the reduction of azo group. Now we will see the coupling reaction of benzene diazonium chloride. The coupling reaction of a benzene diazonium chloride involves the electrophile, that is benzene diazonium cation, and it is involved in the electrophilic substitution reaction with other aromatic compound, so that we have to write here a benzene diazonium cation. Here I will write N triple bond N. Here there is a presence of positive charge, and it is going to combine with the reactive aromatic compound. It means that here aromatic compound which possesses this type of substituent, it is a electron releasing group X. It is the electron releasing group, or it is electron donating group, so that this aromatic compound is going to combine with this benzene diazonium cation at a para position, and we get this type of compound. Here there is a presence of N double bond N. It is going to attach with the aromatic ring, and there is a presence of X, and it is called as a coupling reaction, and it involves the formation of azo dye. Now, in the coupling reaction, what happens? This cation, it acts as a electrophile, that is E positive, and it replaces one of the hydrogen present on the aromatic ring of other compound. So the hydrogen from this carbon is replaced by this cation and we get a coupled product. The compound which is having electron releasing group, it is called as a coupling agent. So let's start with the mechanism of coupling reaction. For this mechanism, we have to write once again here uh, benzene diazonium cation. Here there is a positive charge, we know that. It undergoes a resonance, and in resonance, what happens? One of the pi bond shift the electrons on the nitrogen so that it will give another structure. Here N double bond N is formed, but the positive charge reside on this nitrogen. So this is the resonating structure of benzene diazonium cation with respect to the nitrogen. Now, this cation, it acts as a electrophile, and on this electrophile, other aromatic compound attacks. Now I will write the attack of other aromatic compound on this electrophile, so that I have to write here once again N double bond N, a positive charge is present on this nitrogen, plus other aromatic compound. Let's see here, it is a compound having X as a substituent. It is electron releasing group as we have discussed here. Now attack occurs in such a way that the electron releasing group, it donate the electron here, then this will shift here and it will attack on this nitrogen, so that here we are getting N double bond N, which is attached to the carbon, which is para to the X. So we get here a complex. Here there is a positive charge. Then, and look here, there is a presence of one hydrogen, and in the next step there is a deprotonation, that this hydrogen is removed as a H plus ion minus H plus. Then it will shift the electron here and there is a regaining of aromaticity, so that we get azodie N double bond N, which is attached to the aromatic ring. Here I will write a double bond and here X. In this way, in the first step, there is an attack of other compound which is having X as the electron releasing group on the nitrogen, and then formation of complex. It is a sigma complex. Then it is going to convert into the azodie by deprotonation, that is H plus ion is removed. In this way, a coupling reaction occurs. Now we will see the synthesis of methyl orange and Congo red. Before starting with the synthesis of methyl orange, look at the structure of methyl orange. This is the structure. Here there is a presence of N dimethyl group. It is electron releasing group. Therefore, from this nitrogen up to this, it is a reactive compound, that is reactive aromatic compound, and we may call it as a coupling agent. Now the remaining will be the diazonium salt, and this diazonium salt, it is prepared by taking a NH2 group here. So here we get a primary aromatic amine, that is NH2, and which is attached to the SO3H group. So it is a sulfanilic acid. So methyl orange is formed by diazotization of sulfanylic acid, and then it is coupled with a coupling agent, that is NN-dimethyl aniline. So we have to take these two reactant for the synthesis of methyl orange. Now, first step is the diazotization. So that I will write here sulfanylic acid SO3H, then here NH2. It is a sulfanylic acid. Then when it is treated with NaNO2 and HCl at 0 to 5 degrees Celsius or 273 to 278 Kelvin, there is a formation of diazonium salt. So here we get SO3H, then N double bond N, I will write here triple bond, then Cl minus, here there is a positive charge. In this way, we get a diazonium salt from a sulfanylic acid, and when this diazonium salt is coupled with NN-dimethylaniline, we get a methyl orange. So in the second step, we will write the coupling of diazonium salt. So I will once again write here N triple bond N Cl minus positive. Then on this carbon there is a SO3H group. It is treated with the NN dimethyl aniline. I will write name dimethyl aniline. Then it is going to combine with this at the para carbon. So we will write the structure which is getting after the coupling. Here SO3H group, then N double bond N. Here there is a formation of bond between aromatic ring and NCH3CH3. In this way we get a methyl orange as a azodie from the reaction of diazotized sulfanylic acid with the NN-dimethyl aniline. This methyl orange, it imparts a orange color to wools and silk, but this color is sensitive to sunlight and washing. After frequent washing and when it is exposed to sunlight, the color which is imparted to the wool and silk is going to faint. And in addition to this methyl orange is used as a indicator in a acid base titration. So we can write here it is used as an indicator for acid base titration. Now we will see the synthesis of Congo red. A synthesis of Congo red. First of all, we will see the structure of Congo red. Now, here there is a N double bond N, and here also a N double bond N. Therefore, it is a bis azo die. Now, look at the ring which is attached to this nitrogen. This ring and this ring, they are same one, and it possesses NH2 group. We know that the NH2 group is electron releasing. Therefore, this part and this part, it is nothing but the reactive aromatic compound, and we call it as a coupling agent. So there is a presence of two coupling agent, both are same. Now here remains N double bond N, N double bond N. So the ring, it is having a NH2 group at this position and NH2 group at this position. So I will write it is a primary aromatic amine in which there is a presence of two NH2 group on two benzene ring. Now, this is called as a benzhydine, and the coupling agent, it is called as a naphthenic acid. So, when benzhydine it is diazotized, we get a diazonium salt, and when it couples with a naphthenic acid, we get a Congo-Red. So here there are two reactants. First one is the benzhydine and second one is the naphthenic acid. And we have to do diazotization and then coupling. So let's start with the first reaction, that is diazotization. I will write here benzhydine, two benzene ring attached together at para position having a NH2 group on both sides. And the simple reaction condition, that is NaNO2 SCl 273 278 Kelvin, nothing will happen. NH2 is going to convert into the N2Cl. So we get a diazotized benzhydine. Here we have to write aromatic ring as it is. Then here I will write N triple bond NCl minus, nitrogen positive, N triple bond N, here a positive nitrogen, then a Cl minus. It is the diazonium salt. This diazonium salt on coupling with the naphthenic acid gives a Congo-Red. For that purpose, I will write diazonium salt here. N2Cl, I will write N2 positive, then on this side N2 plus, then a Cl minus. Now on this side I will write the structure of naphthenic acid. As there is a presence of two molecules of naphthenic acid, on this side I will write first molecule and on this side I will write the second molecule. Here NH2 and SO3H. Now this naphthenic acid attacks on this diazonium salt from this carbon, and here also there is an attack occurs from this carbon. Congo-Red, which is having a structure part of naphthenic acid. Here I will write NH2, then SO3H. It is then attached with the N double bond N, aromatic ring, which is attached to the another aromatic ring, then N double bond N, then it is attached with the naphthenic acid NH2SO3H, and there is a presence of another ring. In this way we get a Congo-Red. So this Congo-Red dye, it is a bis azo dye and it is a direct dye. It is the type of dye. Then it is used as an indicator in acid-base titration. Indicator in acid-base titration. This structure, it is a free acid structure, and when it is a free acid, it has a blue color. But when alkali is added, this SO3H group is going to convert into SO3Na, so that we get a disodium salt, and the Congo-Red is going to change into the red color. So in acidic medium we get a blue color, whereas in alkali medium we get a red color. In this way we can use this Congo red dye as an indicator in acid-base titration.